catchphrase, Alex. Don't do it. It is amazing!
Welcome to episode 102 of CCW Alive. As we spoke about last week, a huge match on the horizon, a pair of international stars, Jack Cartwheel and Brian Cage lock it up. But of course, if you missed last week's episode, Ariel Levy became the brand new CCW Heavyweight Champion, kickstarting a whole new era here in Coastal Championship Wrestling. And don't forget, it's on demand. Check it out on our YouTube channel, our historic episode 100 from a couple of weeks ago, where we previewed 10 of the top matches throughout the first 99 episodes of Alive. But now we head to the ring once again, Nashville, Tennessee, Summer Glory, July 2022. It's Brian Cage, it's Jack Cartwheel, and it's coming up next.
Cartwheel. He's wrestled in Mexico, Japan. This guy is very innovative, but he's going to have a tough task, a tough road ahead with Brian Cage. Business is just about to pick up. Kevin, who's better than Cage? It's hard to argue if there's anybody.
You're right. Of all the wrestlers I've seen personally, the three biggest, strongest guys I've ever seen are Superstar, Scott Steiner, and Brian Cage.
Yeah, Brian Cage has wrestled everywhere from Impact Wrestling. He was their world champion. X-Division champion. He's also been an FTW champion with Team Taz. We saw him in line with Tully Blanchard, talk about some great wrestlers along with Taz. I mean, this guy has been all over. And Cartwheel is, I mean, I got to give it to him. He's talented, but I don't know that you want to try to mess around with Brian Cage.
I think that's a bad mistake.
Yeah, I don't think he's impressing Brian Cage much. Into the side headlock from a handshake of all things. Backed him into the ropes. There's no way you're going to move Brian Cage.
No.
Yeah.
Look at the legs of Brian Cage.
Yeah, I mean, look at not only the legs, the traps, his biceps, the pectorials. The guy's just chiseled from stone. I mean, he could sit there in that hole forever. He's just that strong. You got to give Cartwheel credit. He's able to get out of it. But that shoulder tackle's not like any other. It's very physical. It's got authority to it.
It's almost like a finishing move.
Oh, it is. He could have put away people with it, for sure. Definitely finish them off. Cartwheel tried to reversal. Trying to rely on his aerial maneuvers. Maybe a cutter there. But just to no avail. He's just too much as Brian Cage. He's got too much power, too much experience too. step up insecurity, Kevin. That's one way to stop his momentum. A nice drop kick. I mean, that's what Cartwheel needs to do if he's going to have any chance of winning the match or surviving. What a vicious German suplex to the turnbuckle.
I couldn't see from my angle here. Did his head hit the turnbuckle?
I believe it did. So we're talking about a rough landing and another. This may do it. I got to hand it to Jack Cartwheel. I thought it was over.
I did too, and I thought maybe he made a tactical mistake there. He should have put his foot in the rope. Try to get that big body off you. Took something.
He should have. That's another just wonderful observation. Listen to that shot. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be walking around trying to lick your wounds after that one. That's no ordinary knockout shot. Just crashes hard against that turnbuckle.
Threw him like a rag doll.
Oh, he did. Like a toy, like you said, a rag doll. Just shows you the exemplary strength that Cage possesses. But look at the body shots from Cartwheel. He's fighting. I'll give him that. After taking the forearm to the knee by Cage, he's going to pick him up. Trying for the clothesline. Oh, Jake Cartwheel got caught. Could it be a fall-away slam? No, he's pressing it like he's awake and just slings it.
Choose MRE Whole Food Protein Shake. MRE Protein Shake is packed with 25 grams of whole food protein to help you rebuild and recover. And with zero whey protein, it's gentle on your stomach so you can feel your best and show up again tomorrow.
Calling all future stars of professional wrestling. The CCW Training Facility is open in South Florida. If it has always been your dream to enter the squared circle, then the CCW Training Facility is the first step in making that dream come true. All of our trainees will participate at our live events and be part of our weekly TV show. Classes are forming now for referees, managers, and for male and female wrestlers. Call 954-397-6421 or visit our website at ccwrestlingfl.com and find out how you can make an impact on the pro wrestling scene. Call or click today.
Tyler, I got to ask you a question. Have you ever seen anybody more powerful and maybe even more powerful than the Brick who we just saw? Now that would be a matchup that I pay to see, the Brick versus Brian Cage. What about you?
Oh, I love it. I think the fans would pay for it. Brick versus Brian Cage, power versus power. These guys would, I think, sell out the arenas. I mean, you talk about two very strong individuals that are almost like mythical the way how strong they are, to answer the question. So I think would be a great matchup. And look at those uppercuts. I mean, it's just like everything he does. You mentioned intensity, brutality, physicality. And Jake Cartwheel is trying. Every time he gets caught, though, he's just not able to outmaneuver and definitely not outpower Cage.
I don't want to take anything away from Cartwheel, but he's been taking an immense beating here.
Yeah, he's been punished now.
Oh,
after the
like
step-up
that.
insecurity, yeah, and then a step-up kick that rivaled that and more. Oh, used the ropes, though, and Cage landed on his feet, but the wind taken out of him. Cartwheel
I think this is a mistake.
Yeah, I think you're right, too, because now Cage has got him in a suplex and drives him on the ring apron. You called it. It was a mistake. Cartwheel got a little too carried away. Cage, I think, can put him away. With all due respect to Cartwheel, like you talked about, too much of a beating at the hands of the machine.
You can't let a guy beat you up for this long and make mistakes like he's done.
Oh, no, you can't. But it shows you, again, the experience, too, that Brian Cage has. We've talked about the promotions. Jake Cartwheel will keep getting better and better.
Okay, right now, right now, I think the referee should step in and stop the match.
I think he should too. Cartwheel may be unconscious after that deal, that toss.
I'm sorry, I just don't, I'm getting excited. Hey, I like solid stuff. I like intensity. But this,
Him lands on his feet. And Brian Cage trying to kick, and now Cartwheel, where's he finding this at? He should be done. Is he going to land on his feet? Oh, nice sweep.
nice move.
Yes, it was. Drives the elbow with the assist from the top rope. And there's no need to be sorry. It's you always bring up some great analysis.
I think this is going to be a mistake also.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Maybe not.
Good one, Cartwheel.
Yeah, Cartwheel took him out.
He needs to stay on him now. I don't know how much energy he has left, but stay on him. Don't play to the crowd. You're talking about one of the strongest men in the world. You got to be on your toes now.
Yeah, you said it. Why worry about everything else? Don't let yourself get distracted. You got to stay focused. You mentioned Cage is just too good. He's on another level. Let's see what Cartwheel's going to do off the top rope. Oh, he tried for some form of splash. Oh, and he landed all the way there. This is his opportunity.
Tyler, you pointed this out time and time again. All these misses, that jams your knees, that jams your vertebrae. You cannot be taking these chances with a guy unless you know you have him beat doing things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you are taking risks, and you got to make sure, especially a guy like Brian Cage. But right now, we're seeing he's just too strong. He's manhandling literally Jake Cartwheel early on, and now it's looking like that's what it's going to be now. That's what more the match progresses. It develops. Drop toe hold. Now that's one way to attack the legs of the bigger Cage. Use that speed to your advantage. And look at Cartwheel crucifix into driving the head there. He may have it.
You know, I don't want to be hypercritical, but maybe he should have done these moves at the beginning of the match and go to wrestling rather than try to play to the crowd. I still don't think this is a good technical decision. How many times can you come off the top rope, without something really bad coming to you?
Oh, it's always a chance. I'm with you. And now you just called it. I mean, you just said it. He took too many risks, and it's not paying off. And there's a step up insecurity, a form of kick by Brian Cage. And that's what happens. You do. I think he's so young, energetic, and just excited to have the opportunity. You don't realize the seriousness that you're causing yourself. Look at this. A suplex using the ropes. I thought it was over.
Again, the referee needs to step in. I mean, how much more can you take?
I don't see how anybody can take any of this kind of punishment like Cartwheel's taking for Cage. Picks him up, maybe power bomb. Oh, it's a bumper bomb. Gonna pick him up again. Oh, Cartwheel. Oh, with the Canadian Destroyer on top of one. Almost had it. Maybe a version of it.
Don't go for a high-risk move now. You got him down with a wrestling.
Attention wrestling fans, the place to be each and every Tuesday is on the Coastal Championship Wrestling YouTube channel, where a new episode of CCW Alive Wrestling drops at 7 p.m. Witness the hard-hitting, high-flying action that is synonymous with the longest-running independent wrestling promotion in the southeastern United States. Subscribe today and don't you dare miss it.
Boca Stone Design, from fabrication to installation of natural stone and quartz. Sick of seeing the same old kitchen? Revamp with us. Call us today or check us out online at bocastonedesign.com.
Accidents happen. If you've been injured in an accident, get the compensation you deserve. At gotinjured.com, we're here to help you take your life back. Give us a call or visit us online at gotinjured.com now to learn more.
CCW champion. Why don't you keep this warm for me, champ?
This is Miro, the Redeemer, God's forsaken champion, and you're watching CCW.
Technique, stay on the wrestling.
Keep on the attack, just what you're talking about. You can't give Brian Cage any time. Oh, he attempts to pick him up. That was a mistake. Here's Cartwheel with the waist lock. Cage gets out of it. Sends him into the turnbuckle shoulder first. He's got him. He grabs him. Slams him down. I think this may do it.
I hope so. Oh! Well, intestinal fortitude, like Gordon Zola used to say. But how much more can he take without being seriously hurt in this match?
Yeah, I've got to commend him for his heart, but just like you talked about with Gordon Soley, that line, I mean, he's endured so much. I don't see how he's even able to stand. That's why when you mentioned the referee needing to stop it, but now Cage may do it himself with another buckle bomb. I mean, he's just getting destroyed right now. Slams him down.
That's it. He's in the middle of the ring. There's no escape. Oh!
Every time there's so many near falls. Every time we count him out, literally with the referee, Cartwheel just finds a way to escape.
I'm sure Cartwheel has learned a lot during this match.
He has had to learn a lot from Cage, and right now he may beat him.
Oh.
And what a win that would do for his career.
It would shut me up, wouldn't it?
No, hey.
No.
We don't need you to be quiet. Trust me, we need you on commentary. I mean, you're trying to instill knowledge to these wrestlers that you've got a bigger opponent. You can't get too distracted even with the fans. You got to stay focused and on him, and he picked him up. What a feat of strength. Shakes the ropes. There's a kick. Springboard. Oh, it was close to a 3. That hand went down very close.
Let me ask you this, Tyler. In your experience, don't you think that flip takes as much out of you landing on the mat as it does the guy that you land on?
Oh, I think that's very true. What happened, he's doing too much of high risk you're referring to, and now Cage with a tilt-a-whirl lariat. But still, it can't beat him. The intestinal fortitude you were mentioning is off the charts, but that may do it. And it does. Cage is your winner.
If you gotta give a medal for courage tonight, the young man gets it.
Oh, he does. Definitely a medal for courage. I mean, it takes a lot of guys to step inside that ring with anybody, especially Brian Cage.
Jack will fight another day. He showed us how tough he was. With anybody else, I think he would have came out with a victory. I gotta give him my hats off because he was so determined to last and have a good show in the game. I might have overemphasized his weak points, but his strong points to keep on fighting he gets 1,000%.
Oh, he does. I mean, Jack Cartwheel out of his very just hep rod. He said it beautifully. I mean,
as you saw right there, the Machine Brian Cage picks up another huge win here in CCW. Coming up, folks, next week on episode 103 of CCW Live, not one, but two huge championship matches on our program. Tracy Nix challenges Kai Lynn King for the CCW Women's Championship, and the brand new team of Meadow and Lacan, arguably two of the top students under Gangrel over the last few years, they link up to do battle against Elevated Status, ERA and Johnny Nova, the brand new CCW Tag Team Champions ever since knocking off South American Alliance. They have reigned supreme. Will their reign come to an end? We'll find out next week, as it's going to be an action-packed two-title episode of CCW Alive.
Do you want to be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
I'm smarter than the average bear.